What's Gucci YouTube? We are live and super direct, man. Y'all know we got the super familiar faces tomorrow is Bluntz, man. We got Tone in the building, X-Tone tonight, X-Tone tonight.
Yeah.
And then we got Taurean in the building, man. What's going on, y'all?
Glad
man,
to
it's
be
good.
back to do
I was,
to cover this second half.
I was like, I was about to tell you, I was about to touch you around 7:30. I was like, yeah, we still good, because I was like, hype talk some this, man.
Yes,
I was like, hype. I was like, all right, we see it. But the Pat was like, yeah, y'all still good. Yeah, we still good. Let's go.
I went to go see. Look. Before we get started, I went to go see Furiosa earlier, just so I could do this tonight. Cause I was like, nah, man, we didn't really fully discuss it, but now, man, are about to discuss the X-Men '97, kind of like last 5 episode full review. We didn't have Tone last time. We got subscribe to Marvel's Bluntz, man. ASAP Rocky, man, and we're gonna get into this, man. So look, man, we're gonna start with Tone, man, because me and Taurean had our conversation. But how did you feel about like the first 5 episodes of what you've seen so far?
So the first 4 episodes or whatever, I want to say the first 2 episodes, right, y'all? The first 2 episodes, right? And we locked in, right? So I was like, what's up, y'all? What's good? So I was kind of super psyched because the color and the feel of the X-Men. I was like, okay, I feel the vibe, the things on it. I'm like, okay. I feel like I don't know why I feel hype, but I'm hype. I like it. I like how everything jump off screen. You know what I'm saying? The first couple, so I'm gonna be honest, right? The episode before the Genosha episode, they was hit or miss for me, more or less. And it didn't really turn up till after like the Genosha episode said. I was like, yeah, nah, this jump I'm about to sit here and wait till it finish. So I actually just finished the jump today. So that jump like got me zooted up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to watch it straight through, and instead of week to week. So I'm like, the Genosha episode for me was the start of like, okay, this shit popping, like, because all the Gambit and Rogue stuff was cool, and then the Magneto, with her going to the bedroom and stuff. Magneto, I like that they kept I guess the adult themes going.
Yeah, definitely adult. This definitely was an adult cartoon.
Yeah, that's what made me. I'm like, damn, do I even remember this from when I was younger? You know what I'm saying? Was it always at this tone, or was I just not paying attention to it? So that got me more invested because they didn't water it down or anything. So I was really rocking with it. From the episode on, like the show as a whole, definitely great. But as far as like the first 4 episodes or so, my favorites was definitely Gambit, man. Gambit, Gambit.
Ask who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite
in the show overall?
Yeah, overall.
I feel like it's a fan favorite, but I'm gonna just say a Magneto, cause his conviction. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I feel like I would have done the same thing about Magneto, cause enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough is enough. It's like that can translate to our times now. Enough is enough, man. You know what I'm saying? It's I would side with Magneto. Like that, don't let me have any. I'm definitely dropping asteroids on Earth. like I don't. Yeah, because I'm like, nobody can stop me. What the fuck? Nobody can literally stop me. Definitely dropping the bomb on Earth.
They definitely was vicious.
Me and my over theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel and it's just the Gambit death, man. That shit. Yeah, I was like, damn, that man went out tough. Gambit went out tough, man. I was like, oh, that's who they talking about. Nah, this shit was lit. Like the animation, like the way the colors pop up on the screens, like everything was tough. The voice acting is really great, really great. Beats be killing me with those references, man. I know the guy who voicing him he had to read a lot of books. You know what I'm saying? He was having the references. So, but overall, that show was X-Men '97 was fire, man. I definitely enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, especially like the last 3 episodes. What's it called? The extinction event, basically. That was very well done. Like I said, I just finished watching like 20 minutes ago. That shit fresh in my head, and I never heard the villain Bastion. I actually thought that he was Magneto resurfaced, like when you initially see him. I thought it was Magneto, but with a haircut or something. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why does he have a haircut?
Did you like Bastion? Did you rock him as a villain?
I literally don't know nothing about that dude. Never even heard his name with nothing. I was like, oh, this dude mean fucking business. And you know, and they gave him he was like a top tier threat. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the Phoenix Force, they barely stopped this dude, bro. He stopped himself. He jumped into the black hole. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude was on some other shit, and I just fuck with. I like the fact that they carried us. You know, they made their decision and they stuck with it. It wasn't no backstreading. You know what I'm saying? Because that's ultimately what the X-Men is. It's like you know what I'm saying. Everybody is good or bad, but you know, you see when you're good or you're bad. And it's like no in between. You know, you got to either go to the extreme or you got to pick the passive side. I feel like, and
no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, man. I just really like characters that stick to their core beliefs. You know, they're very strong. You know, strong-willed characters. And the Wolverine scene when he ripped the adamantium, I did not see that coming. I was like, God damn!
Straight
I
out
did not see that
book.
coming. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Then they ended the episode like, okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it though. Like especially like I said, the road, the life or death episodes. I wasn't like like those were the what's his dude's name with the game and shit. Jubilee. The episode was like all that stuff was like that. Like I said, the show for me really picked up after Genosha. So that's when I really started to really enjoy it a lot.
Okay,
then,
okay.
And side note, don't nobody say nothing. Every time I walk a show, here they come. Yeah. Here's your girl, your baby girl. They come in just talking like, I can't watch. Gotta pause the show. I'm in rhythm. Gotta pause it. And like, come on. So it's just being here right now. So it's kind of this is
you got to
get my energy out.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Tori, so we talked. So Tone over as y'all see Tone rocking with the show. You dig what I'm saying? So we're gonna go to Taurean, man. The last 5 episodes, you know what I'm saying? I think it's so we got the Life or Death, the Storm episode, Bright Eyes, Tolerance.
Bright Eyes was tough. My bad, Pat. Bright Eyes, Road going hard. Hey, they did Road justice, man. I left Road out. I'm sorry. They did Road some justice, man. She was not rocking, bro. Like that was top tier Road shit. And the crazy part is they didn't even show her like draining nobody, powers or whatever. Just straight her, just dog and shit.
Nah, she
reused her powers for real.
She was going crazy.
Yeah, so I really rock with her. Oh, the X-Men cameos, pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially Morph. I don't know what's up. I think Morph is, zesty or whatever. I don't know what's up with that, man. Hey, from the jump, I wasn't no boy with that. That him and Wolverine with all that. I ain't like none of that stuff. But he'll turn into like the Hulk and all that shit. That that stuff was cool or whatever. So you say your boy Spider-Man in there, had to give him a cameo. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, they had the real thing, not the Invincible version.
Yeah. I'm excited for next season. You got Apocalypse coming. I mean, once I knew they went back in time, I was like, oh, that's Apocalypse.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Super spoiler. Oh, if anybody see it, yeah, spoiler alert. I'm sorry.
Well, if they haven't seen it by now, that's too bad.
Yeah, too bad. That's a fact.
Too bad on the Too bad. You dig? No, for real though. Taurean, what's up, man? What you think, man? What were you thinking, man? You were constantly keeping up with it like the weekly. You know what I'm saying? Like them last episodes, you did predict when we first did the first 5 episodes, it was going to get real in the last 5 episodes.
Well, it was 2 things that I had predicted that was going to happen. One of them, I can't remember the other one, but one of them I remember for sure was that we was going to see the Phoenix Force or the Phoenix in some aspect, and that's exactly what we saw at the end. And I thought that was so interesting too because she drained all of Sinister's powers. Like I thought that was Like she drained all the way down to the DNA and had him looking like that. But it was so funny. He was like, "I don't want to see." He says, "Don't show me," or something like that. And then Morph turned it to him, and he was like,
disgusted, and ran away. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. And then of course, when Bastion ripped off Cable's arm and beat him with it, and then fused with it to make his new suit.
Yeah,
that was like crazy. But Rogue was one of my favorite parts of this season as well. Now that's a very interesting way of grieving. You know, people grieve in different ways, but she grieves in a whole different type of way. Like she was on demon time for real. Like she didn't go to the funeral or nothing. She just went to try to figure out. Like she was on a mission. And then when she dropped Gyrick off of the thing, I was like, oh, she actually
didn't see that coming. He was actually, I forgot about that. Not forgot, but she did not see that coming. Yeah, I was like, damn.
And you could hear him literally hit the car all the way down. So that was impact. And then Wolverine basically said, well, this is something we've always wanted to do. But we never
they start turning demons if everybody was like, but then remember you saw how Morph was like, oh, this is what we doing. They like, we gotta get busy. Come on, man. They doing this dirty, and even going back to what Tone said, like how Magneto was right. But Torian, go ahead, what were you saying?
And also too, when all of them started to turn, when all of the humans started turning into the Sentinels, like that episode was just crazy. Especially when they was at the mansion and they had one of them had threw Beast through the ceiling, and Wolverine was like, "You just have bad taste in women."
His little joint, his little joint.
The news reporter, yeah. And when Wolverine and Nightcrawler were fighting back to back while he was teleporting and everything, like that was dope too.
That was tough, yeah, tough.
Dog. Okay. Yeah. Now we're talking about that. Can we talk about a very, very important scene when Nightcrawler, when they showed you the inside of where Nightcrawler, like what it looks like when he teleported, you know what I'm saying? And when he took Wolverine, I was like, this is what we want to see on screen, Kevin Feige. This is what we want right here. This is what we
want. It's easier to do animation though. I always say it's easy to do the animated than it is to do it on screen.
They teased it a little bit, and they teased it a little bit in X-Men Apocalypse.
He was in X-Men Apocalypse.
Who, Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
He was an X-Men. They kind of teased it. They kind of teased it a little bit when he did a teleport and like towards like the end when he was getting Charles out of the pyramid and he was teleporting him out and you could actually see the teleport thing. So they kind of teased it there. But that's the only time they ever did it, and I never saw them do it ever since. But I did like that they showed it, and it was so funny because, you know, this is so normal for Nightcrawler to do. But I like that the animators show or drew Wolverine's face like he was like literally going through some kind of a time loop when all they were doing was going from inside the mansion to the outside. But the way it looked from his perspective was like he was going like from one part of the earth to the other end of the earth. But he wasn't really going that far. So I thought that is dope because we never, like you said, we never really get a chance to see what it's like from Nightcrawler's perspective when he teleports. We just know he goes from one place to the next. It's like he's going through a portal.
Man, I liked it. I like that whole back-to-back scene. I mean, like some John Wick type shit or something. You know what I'm saying? He was cutting them dudes down, still getting back up to fight. I don't know how the hell Rose slept through all that shit. She used to get up and start whooping ass.
They was putting in work. I agree with what you said. Like, even though
she's a hard sleeper,
you know, it was like animation. It was like real. It was real stakes in this show. And you know, they said that, you know, with this show, they really did like write a story to this. Like, it wasn't how they said they before Marvel, which we can tell Marvel now. They said they were just literally just going in and basically just throwing ideas in there. And to know that they're like, nah, we're gonna have to make a story for all this again. I can tell they really taking this seriously. They care about what we want to see. And the X-Men is saving Marvel, man. That was Kevin Feige in the back of his pocket. Here
you go. Trump card.
I can't. We gotta press the red button. He had to break the glass, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? But okay, what was your favorite out of out of the last three, and I'm gonna ask you too, Tone too. Torian, what was your favorite out of the part? What is this? The what was it? The top? What was the name of the episode? The last three episodes?
The event. Oh, is it trouble?
Tolerance is extinction. Tolerance is extinction.
Tolerance. Yeah, tolerance.
So part 1, 2, 3. What was your favorite?
Well, I just gave you the first part when they was fighting all of the Sentinels, like the humans that became Sentinels. Mm-hmm. That was one part that really stood out to me. Another part, I can't remember what was going on in the second part. But also I would say definitely. Well, in the third part, when Bastion tried to go and mess with the asteroid, and then Rogue came in and hit him one good time, had that metal face literally bent. She put a dent in his face with how hard she hit him, and then had him sliding back, and she grabbed him and dragged him and punched him. Was all like going outside on the moon and fighting, and then she did the Hulk clap. I did not expect her to do the Hulk clap. And send him flying all the way back some more. And then that's when Sunspot had came out there and he had hit him with his little blast or whatever. And then Nightcrawler came and teleported him back into the asteroid. And then that's when the rest of them started to come in and fight. And then even Jubilee used her extreme powers and literally messed up half of his face. Had that man looking out there looking like Harvey Dent. Like his face was, his face was mangled. And I actually found out, by the way, that Jubilee's powers are not fireworks. They just look like fireworks. They're actually like little nuclear blasts. That's
I can't tell those little
sparks.
Yeah, those. Because you gotta think about it. Would a firework really do something like that to somebody's face? Like, probably not.
Yeah. That makes
sense,
especially
with his face being like at that point mostly like metal, so that wouldn't even really do nothing. So when they said her powers are really like little nuclear blasts, I said, okay, now that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then then Scott got busy. Cyclops got first off, I didn't know he could do all them backflips and slides and all. I'm like, he looked like he was about to be in the gymnastics the way he was
always
flipping and jumping.
Been like that though, Torian. Like in the game depictions, he was always some. That's kind of
they dumbed him down in the movies. Yeah. Like he
definitely acrobatic, and he's super like athletic.
Man, yeah, he was crazy,
and he was shooting his blasts and everything like that. And that's when he had found out that that Jean had communicated with him and that Nathan was injured, and then that's when he used the big blast. Right there, almost like in Marvel versus Capcom. And they shot him, and then shot him back. And then that's when the Sentinel came in, and he was like, "Oh, my babies!" Nope, stumped right on him. Had no idea Beast was controlling it, and all the other ones came out. So it was like now they were tag teaming against them, but even that wasn't enough. The guy just refused to die. He was like Jason, like he just refused to go. Man. But I like that whole little fight sequence right there. Was crazy. Oh, and of course, I now remember in the second one. I think that's when Magneto had ripped out the adamantium out of Wolverine. And a lot of people think that he died. He's not dead. But like, remember, he had the bone claws. He has bone claws, and that's actually stronger than the adamantium was killing him. A lot of people don't realize it's poison. That. But if you look at Logan, that answers that question for you. So now he's actually going to be stronger without.
We say that because I want to talk about that, but I do want to talk about that episode too because Charles also was showing his powers too on this joint. He was going crazy when Magneto told him, "Man, you about to play unfair, dog. You can't go into my mind, man, and just change everything up." He's like, "Look, dog, either you're gonna do it or I'm gonna do it." And then the fact that Charles really went in his brain and eventually convinced him to be like, I guess a good guy. I guess, you know what I'm saying? The fact that Charles has that type of power to make you just change, like wipe everything, your memory from who you really are is just nuts. You feel what I'm saying? So that was in that episode too. It was a big reveal at the end of the episode. they disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened. They disappeared. Everybody went to different places. What did y'all think about that scene at the end when they disappeared and went to different timelines? What do you think that is? What do you think is happening? And where did Morph and Wolverine go?
When they said Egypt 3000 BC, I think I kind of knew right off the bat what that was, but I said I don't want to jump the gun. Let me go ahead and wait and see like what they're going to show. And then I saw
today. By the way, go ahead.
And then I saw like the three, like it was three people fighting. I was like, oh, okay, now I know who they are. And then they were fighting a guy who had like a covering on his face, but I saw the blue lines like going up, so I knew who that was. But then, of course, they showed Cyclops and Jean all the way in the future, and then and at first I didn't know who that person was. It was an older woman, and she called herself Mother Ascani, and I was like, who is that? And then I found out that's actually their daughter, Rachel. Rachel Summers. That's their daughter. And then you see a little boy come out, and they said, "Oh, that's Nathan." So they see Cable before he becomes Cable. So now this is going to be very interesting. And then we find out that the person who had the face covering on is none other than, well, before he becomes Apocalypse, he was in Sabanor. So I knew who that was. And now we at present day, and that's where Apocalypse is. And then he's holding the card, which is Gambit's card, which basically confirms that Gambit is going to be the horseman that is death.
Yeah. You get Horseman of the Apocalypse is on the way. That's gonna be. I can't wait to see them animate that.
That they definitely gonna do a season 2 to that.
And maybe Bastion becomes the Archangel.
So what is y'all theories of where Wolverine and Morph are?
Well,
you sound like you know.
Me, I definitely.
I have a wild. My wild guess is this. I'm gonna keep it a bean. This off the hinge. I was like, what if that's the Wolverine from that's in Deadpool? That's all I was saying. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but Space Jam happened. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. Anything can happen. So that's why I'm like, what if that is or somehow connected? What if we see Morph in the real life version? You know what I'm saying? Because they did say in the trailer for Deadpool, he did say that his world ended. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you disappeared when the world was about to end, remember the world was about to end. They thought the world was about to just explode or whatever, and everything was going to happen. What if he thought his world ended? You feel what I'm saying? But it really didn't, and that's why they got to come and get that correction. It could be, man. It could be, man. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, even though it's like 2 seconds. They went into the animated when they was him and Chavez was going through like the little different towns or whatever. They went through like an animated verse. So I don't know, man. Then we got the end of the Marvels. You know what I'm saying? With Beast. We didn't got a little, unless they just gonna make all this just not exist in the Marvel universe going forward, like the stuff we've seen, the Marvel and stuff. I don't know, man. I think that's the Wolverine we looking at, man. That's where he went. That's my theory. Y'all, but y'all, do y'all have anything?
I didn't at first, but because I totally forgot that Morph and Wolverine got separated, because they are missing from the actual cuts to the other show, so I just not realized that. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe they went back to World War II or something. Wolverine's old days when he was out there striking people with actual bullets in his claws. That's the only thing I can think about. But other than that, I don't know where the hell they could be at. I ain't gonna lie. I actually the line about Morph being included on the roster, it was like 30 minutes later by Rogue. I totally agree, because I didn't know who the hell that was in the first episode, and I didn't know who. I'm mad joking, y'all. When Rogue said that, I just started laughing, because I was like, you know what? That's a fact, because I don't remember this dude being there, or the original team. Where the fuck he come from? So I was already confused, but I get it. It's a way to get multiple characters on the show. That's how I see him. So, but I don't know where.
No, it definitely had the Hulk on there going crazy. Yeah. Go ahead, Taurean.
And also too, damn, I lost my train of thought just that fast. I hate when that happens. But I think also, did y'all peep that when Rogue was on the boat on the last episode, when Rogue was on the boat, you saw 3 people there, but they were covered by like a shadow or something like that.
Was that was Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch?
Yeah. And it was a third person there too, and I forgot what their name was, but I think that's the other Magneto's children, because he has a third child that really people don't really talk about like that. But I think that was the third shadow we figured that was there on the boat. But yeah, that was Quicksilver and Wanda right there.
See what I'm saying? How easy it is. You can easily connect everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you can easily connect everything. So that's why I believe it could be a possibility of that happening. Even so, even in the episode with Storm and Forge, in that episode, he used the magic arts. You feel what I'm saying? He literally did the Doctor Strange joint. You feel me? So when he had that happen and everything, I was like, dang, maybe everything is a little bit more connected than we think. Like, come on now. And then Doctor Strange was there. It was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of stuff, man, that they really did good, man.
And also, too, you got to think, this is 1997. Yeah. So this right here is predating anything recent that we've seen. So if they were to allegedly, like, say, make this canon, this is happening before Infinity War, Endgame, all the stuff we've seen in the MCU. Basically, this is predating MCU stuff. If this was to be canon,
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you, man. I mean, it can be canon, man. I just don't think they're gonna I just think they it's either going to be completely separate or it's going to lead us somewhere. But I really applaud Marvel for dropping this bombshell of a show, man. Like probably one of the best shows I've seen so far, and animated shows. Tone said something very important. I sent to the group chat when you just hear that when they just going crazy, and then Torian, given the fact that that was like a Whitney Houston like sample job, like what I'm saying, one of her songs. I was like, man, I felt like I was looking forward to seeing Marvel stuff again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's been a tough.
And also Bishop is back.
Yeah,
after being lost for how long, and now he done popped back up at the end. And he's just so nonchalant about it. He's like, we've lost the X-Men before. Well, now all we got to do is just go out there and find them. I mean, he's a time traveler, just like Cable. So he's probably come across them multiple times, but he couldn't do nothing. He said, now we just got to go out there and find them.
I knew I had to catch up when my chef was telling me yeah, man, you ain't see the Genosha episode? Oh, you got it. That's how I knew I was missing out on something crazy.
Your chef was like, what, you missing out on the Genosha?
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, yeah, you need to go watch that jump, bro. I was like, I'm doing this. I gotta go do the show with my guy Monday, so I'm definitely geek. Start from there, because we had the same kind of opinion about the first, couple episodes. We both literally start watching and just waited for it to finish. And so, I think that jump was worth the wait.
To my knowledge, I think season two might be done, or they might be like in post production.
Oh, they said that jump gonna take a minute though. The last thing I read about season 2 was it's gonna take a little while to get back up and running, because they actually I don't know if y'all know, but they're trying to do a Spider-Man 97 too. Now that they got, because they see. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they see the success of this, so now they're trying to bring back. Now here they go, going down the line. Like, can we get the Spider-Man jump? But to be honest, I never watched the Spider-Man show.
I watched
Spider-Man. I watched Spider-Man.
X-Men. I watched it probably way more than I did X-Men.
Right. I watched it like very seldom, but I didn't go. I didn't turn the channel. Oh, I watched it.
I watched Spider-Man, and they even gave and the reason why and now that was one of the other cameos they had in the last episode, was you saw Peter Parker and Mary Jane.
Mary Jane,
that's who that was.
Yeah,
I did not realize. Hey, no funny. I was like, who the hell? I didn't know that. I thought they just regular people.
That's like the same design as they were in that cartoon. The same exact design.
No,
they also had Flash Thompson in there. He was the guy standing behind them.
Flawless victory. I know.
And they had Black Panther in there.
Black Panther was killing it though. I ain't like the way the Iron Man. He looked like Invincible Iron Man draw. I was like, I don't know.
That's how Iron Man looked in the Iron Man cartoon back in the day. That's how he looked.
That was just like I no funny. You know I love Iron Man. I never liked that Iron Man, bro. Like never.
I know I hate that. I hate the Iron Man. That's the stupidest looking Iron Man.
Yeah.
I hate the Iron Man, but I get it because that's classic.
So, and Reed Richards was in there too.
They said they just man. So
Marvel definitely did a good big one with this one.
Shout out to Marvel, yeah. But overall, before we go into this blunt talk about the next subject, right? What do y'all give the whole season?
10.
The whole 10?
10. Yes. And I rarely do that, but 10. My goodness.
10. I give it 10 out of 10 too. I definitely give it 10 out of 10. Marvel did their thing. They got me excited to see what they're gonna do, especially with Deadpool Wolverine. But Tom, go ahead. Give your
I'm honestly give it a 9.5, but only because it started slow. For me, it just started slow. It started the first batch of episodes started slow though. But at the Kenosha, hey, if I could just include episode 6 what's that, 6, right?
Yeah.
I can do that.
5 through 10. 5 through 10.
I can do that one.
Okay.
And then the Life or Death episodes, they was cool with it, but they was like icebreakers. You know what I'm saying? Like they was kind of icebreakers. So it was like,
But like I said, like I was telling Pap a couple weeks
ago,
when we were talking about
still great though.
Every character got their chance to shine because what we notice is that because what you notice in the old X-Men show, they focus a lot on Wolverine.
They focus on Wolverine.
Hence why in the movies they focused on him so much because he was a fan favorite and it didn't give a lot of characters a lot of shine. That's why I was very appreciative with this show was that, yes, we know Wolverine is that guy. We know he's a very popular character, but there are other characters there too that definitely need their shine too. And by them doing that, we got to explore more with their character and their abilities and their powers. And you realize now that's why people say, who was your favorite character? Notice a lot of people that said that when asked that question, many people aren't even saying Wolverine. They're saying other characters because, again, other people have gotten some shine.
Get the variety.
Because I'm like, you gotta remember that. Because remember, the X-Men is a team. It's not just one person.
Speaking of characters, I thought that Gambit was definitely carried.
Are we giving him the MVP? Are we giving Gambit?
I still felt like we was missing Gambit.
I think everybody had an MVP moment this season, but his was special.
Gambit and Magneto, both MVPs in my opinion.
I would definitely give
co-MVPs
to those two. And I would give 6th Man of the Year. I would definitely give Rogue.
6th Man go to Rogue. Defensive Player of the Year go to Rogue.
Defense. I think the defensive player, the best player they had on defense.
Gene.
I would have to say Gene. And then their offensive. If you're saying the coach of the year, Cyclops. You know what I'm saying? Cyclops, man, he did his thing, man. So y'all see on Marvelous Bluntz.
So you're not going to give Sunspot Rookie of the Year.
Okay. I give him Rookie of the Year, even though he was thinking it first until he realized, dang, I can't sit back about this.
Before I move on though. I think they kind of depowered the Storm. Storm ain't really she got shine, but she ain't getting no. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't
crazy.
Really,
Crazy.
I feel like she
that part when she turned the desert into ice.
Okay,
that was
what was that? Was she turned the desert into ice?
That was like I think that was the second episode.
Asteroid?
No, I think that was in the second episode when she had turned the desert into ice.
I definitely remember.
But then we know she ended up losing her powers, and then she had to go on her journey to get them back. But when she got them back, and she came out with that black suit, come on now, that was a moment there because we never saw her in that suit like ever outside of her in the comics, which is her original suit. Which, by the way, shout out to them for having them throw on their old costumes in the last couple of episodes.
That was tough.
They went crazy at the last couple of
I'm just saying to her combat wise, I feel like she could have did a little more. That's just me. But she's so OP. Like she
they're not gonna dump everything with her all at one time.
I got you.
She is extreme. She is extremely OP. Like so OP. This woman can literally wipe out the entire planet just by removing all the moisture in the air and having people just suffocate and die.
That would have been the end of everything. So I'm glad they didn't let her go ham and just suck.
And shout out to Bastion, man. I guess we call him the I don't know, shit.
Op of the year.
Op of the year. That man was. I ain't gonna lie. Whole time they had me thinking, what's his name? Sinister. I thought he was the main villain. I'm like, this nigga, he ain't doing all that.
Sinister's the flunky.
Sinister's
is the flunky.
Yeah, I was like, he ain't doing all that. This dude turn around. This nigga, motherfucker,
and that's
technomorph and shit. I'm like,
and that's it. And I said when in that episode, I think it was the second part of the last 3 episodes when Bastion is carrying his mother and he crying. I'm like, don't cry. You turned your mother into a sentinel and the whole town.
Hey,
and then you gonna
that was
cry.
hard though. Not gonna lie, I did not see that coming on. That was hard. I was like, oh no, let's do this. He's serious. He ain't got to be fucked around with.
Marvel's back.
No, but when he was talking, was talking to them, when he held them all captive in the last episode, and Beast was trying to reason with him, he shot that little beam and cut Beast on the top of his head. And then when Storm was trying to talk to him, he looked directly in Storm and said, "Are you trying to appeal to my humanity?"
That was clutch. Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, nice, ha, nice try."
You say, y'all, Marvel is back. You feel me? Marvel is back. You know what I'm saying? This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for.
And we already know they're gonna follow it with greatness when they come with Deadpool and Wolverine. So like that's